Hello, is this the Phelps resident? Well, hi, this is Faggy McFaggerton. Jesus loves fags! Well, hello all you boys and girls out there in TV land. Just gonna do a quick little update here. Not really quick. There's actually a pretty big update compared to some of my other ones. This is quite sizable. Part of it was due to stupidity, and part of it is due to good friends, which or a good friend, which I'll get to later. I'm just gonna stop blathering and get right to it. My first crop I got from Walmart on like a week ago, I think, something like that. It was a Friday, and this one I got is it's one of the Alliance Atlantis double features. It's got Coraline, which my sister already has, but this is the one that really interests me, and that's Shane Acker's 9, which I've been really had on the mind lately. I remember when it came out, and I thought it looked really interesting. Like, it's an animated movie, but not at all for kids. And I thought it looked really interesting, so I picked it up. I haven't gotten a chance to check it out. I definitely want to. That's 9. Essentially, that's what I bought it for. And I bought this. This is a movie that I think gets a lot of flack from horror fans, as well as the film's director, which I don't understand, because I personally enjoyed all his movies. Yes, do I think they're better? Do I think they're the best and most graphic horror films in the world? No, of course not. But do I think they're enjoyable? Yes, I do. And that's, I got the director's cut of Hostel. I think it's called the director's cut simply because there's a version with a different ending, which I'm interested in seeing. I heard about other endings shot for the movie, but I had never seen them, so now I finally get to. This also has much better cover art. This really accentuates, because you can see this guy holding like the chainsaw, and it becomes very phallic, which has a lot to say about the movie, and how some of these people look at torturing people. It's a nice 2-disc DVD, so it's got more. I have the other DVD. They came out like 5 or 6 years ago, something like that. And this DVD seems to have more special features. So although I think it's definitely a worthwhile purchase, and I really like the movie, so everyone else can suck a bag of dicks, because I really enjoyed it personally. That's neither here nor there. This is the coolest this next one is the coolest purchase out of all of them, and I have not seen it anywhere before or since, and that is the new limited edition Friday the 13th box set. In fact, you can see mine is number 46,393 of 50,000. Not sure if you can see that. And this part of the box is really cool. I'm not going to keep the DVD here because this just screams to be like put on a shelf. But it comes with 2 pairs of 3D glasses for Friday the 13th Part 3. In 3D, of course. I haven't tried watching it in 3D yet. I'll probably try soon. See? And it comes with a really cool replica. See, I keep it in here because this looks cool. This is a really cool box too. Could never throw this away. But you open this up, and there's a really cool replica of Jason's hockey mask. It can't really be used much as a real mask. I've tried putting it on my face. It doesn't really fit. If you have a really small face, maybe. Otherwise, it's really not going to work that well. And it's really cool. And this is like this box set was a great buy. I still have the other box set. They came out like a few years ago. Quite a few years ago, actually. But I really like the idea of this one, especially it has the new deluxe editions of all the DVDs, which have been coming out. Now I don't have to worry about buying them because I bought all of them. And see, doesn't that look cool? Like in the mist there? I think that looks awesome. And the DVD itself looks fantastic. Like, it's nice little hard book, and see, it opens up like a book, and see, it has like stats and poster art you really couldn't ask for a better DVD presentation. It's actually better than the other one, really. And it's nice and, it doesn't take up much space, and it looks really nice, and it's got cool art on the back too, so I really, really like it. And it's probably the best purchase that I've got so far. That's definitely the best purchase in this update. Now, this was one that I purchased at a Max convenience store. Sometimes I sell previously viewed movies, and I picked this up for about $7. This is called Clive Barker's Book of Blood. I believe it's just based on one of the stories from one of the Books of Blood. It says here on Jerusalem Street, so I'm assuming that's the story that it's an adaptation of. I haven't watched it yet. I know a bit about it. Both of the blurbs from other, like from Dread Central and Horror Movies and Stuff.com, and DreadCentral.com, sorry, both say, it's very gruesome and twisted, gory, and intriguing, so it sounds like it could be very bloody and very fun. I've had a couple of people recommend it to me, so I'll check it out. I read reasonably good things in Rumor. And then these are 3 that my very good friend, Trev, who is known here on YouTube as Enigma the Vampire, he's like one of the only people who comments on my videos. You can, by all means, send him a friend request, chat him up on here. There'll be a link for his channel down there. He's a great friend. Thank you very much for buying these for me. I really appreciate it. He got me 3 DVDs. He got me this one, which I'd always wanted to own, because I really like the movie. I honestly don't know why I put it off buying it so much, and that's V for Vendetta. I really like the movie. I think Alan Moore has to stick up his ass, personally. As much as I respect the man, especially his writing, I think he has a major problem. I don't understand why he has such a major problem about his works being adapted into movies. I honestly don't, especially when the movies are often pretty good, and I think this is no exception. I think it's a good movie, personally. But that's neither here nor there. He got me this movie. It's a zombie film. I always see it on Walmart for like $6, and I've never picked it up, so I guess because I've kind of been hesitant about it. It looks kind of on the either, but he got it for me, which is cool, because it makes my decision for me, and at least, if it sucks, at least I didn't pay anything for it, and that's a movie called Last of the Living. Looks like a zombie comedy, and zombie comedies have been becoming increasingly annoying for me lately, especially someone who loved zombie films before it was cool to love zombie films, and actually largely prefers more serious zombie films. It's like almost every zombie film after Shaun of the Dead had to be funny. Not to say that there's funny zombie movies I saw that I didn't like. I loved Zombieland, and I loved Shaun of the Dead, but I also loved, Night of the Living Dead, and, City of the Living Dead, and, very serious, straightforward zombie films. Day of the Dead. So I'd like to see a bigger resurgence in more serious zombie films with a lot less yucks. But this looks like fun. I'll watch it, and I'll probably not mind it. I mean, looks like it could be cheesy fun. And there's nothing wrong with that. Next one is a movie I really have heard nothing about, but it looks promising. It's under the Ghost House Underground label, which I've never been it's the same as like Dimension Extreme. It always seems like, oftentimes the movies don't deliver on what the label's name implies. But I'm still looking forward to checking it out. That's Dance of the Dead, not to be confused with Tobe Hooper's episode for Masters of Horror, also called Dance of the Dead. It's a completely different thing. But looks like fun. I'll check it out. Once again, thank you very much, Trev, and I hope you like the present I got for you. The last 3 I got were from HMV this past Friday, like 2 days ago. And 2 of these one of these I got for $5, one I got for $10, and one I got for $20. I got this for $5, and this is Saw, the uncut edition, I guess. I actually have Saw on DVD. I actually bought the same DVD when it came in that hard, clear plastic case with like the puffy sleeve with like blood in it and a little Saw floating around. But the case itself broke, and the second disc got scratched. And the second disc was one of the big reasons why I got it, because it had the James Wan and Lee Whannell's original short film Saw, which I really wanted to watch. So I really want to get the uncut edition. And I finally, $5. Why not? Now I actually have the disc for this. At least now I have an actual official edition of it, which is nice. And I really like the movie, to be honest. I really like the first one. I think it's definitely the best. I wish they would have left it at that, but such is life. But it's actually a pretty decent movie. This one, I already had a previous edition of the movie, which didn't have nearly as many special features as this one. Although I didn't have too many. I did have a reasonable few. And this is apparently the full moon edition. This is An American Werewolf in London, which is firmly in my top 5 favorite werewolf movies of all time. I really like it. I also largely got it because it has Beware the Moon, which is this new feature-length documentary about the making of the movie and like the impact of the movie. And I remember reading about because it was released the same edition was released as a Blu-ray, and I remember when that was being released, it was like on the 30th anniversary of the film's release or something like that. And I was reading about it in Rue Morgue, and I thought that documentary sounded really cool. When I found it was actually being put out on DVD, I got it for $10. I mean, the DVD's been out for a while. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but it's got 2 discs, which I always liked. Double-sided discs, which is also good. So the movie looks like a winner. I'm really looking forward to watching the documentary and to watching the movie again, seeing if maybe they cleaned up the picture at all. Not that the picture was all that muddy. And last, but certainly not least, this is a movie I saw in its 1 theatrical screening here in Winnipeg, and I was 15 minutes late, which bugged me to no end, might I add. But I saw it in theaters, I really liked it, and I picked it up as soon as I could, and that is Kevin Smith's Red State, which is probably my favorite Kevin Smith film since Dogma. And the movie's a lot of fun. It's like really, at times, it's actually really frightening. Just hearing, the Fred Phelps-esque priest talk about the wickedness in America and stuff like that, and you could see how he could really manipulate people, and you could see how he could really manipulate people to do horrible things. So it was a really neat movie, and it was like unlike any Kevin Smith movie I had ever seen. So that was pretty cool. Dug the movie, paid $20 for it, and if you didn't get a chance to see any of Kevin Smith's traveling shows, and if you didn't get a chance to see your theater didn't happen to show it, then I'd highly recommend picking up the DVD because it's definitely worth a watch. Very enjoyable movie. So with that being said, that is my update for today. It'll probably be another week and a bit, probably more, until I do another update. Hopefully it should be longer until I've actually built up a worthwhile update. I don't want to do another 3 DVD update. That's absolutely pointless. But thank you very much for watching, kids. Please feel free to comment. Leave a comment or question down there. Now, if you have any questions, I will get to you on it. Subscribe. Add me as a friend. Do all that stuff. Tell me, whatever's on your mind about the video. Tell me what you liked about it. If there's any DVDs you have any stories about them, any recommendations, please, keep some kind of dialogue going. And once again, thank you for watching. This is Justin, signing off. Hello, is this the Phelps residence? The time has come when the day has been.